Uh-oh. Okay, hopefully it's coming through now better. Okay. That's interesting. I was wondering why nobody responded when I asked if you could hear or see me. But okay, good. I had to push one of the buttons. So I'll go back here for a minute because I was talking and you couldn't hear me. So I was saying that we are in week number 4 of weeks 3 and 4. So everything from weeks 3 and 4 is due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. And so I was saying to be sure to do 3 things for each of these chapters that we have this week. We have our 2 chapters, 2 discussions. So make sure you read the chapter in the ebook, read through the lecture, and watch the lecture video for chapters 7 and 8. That's what I was just talking about, like usual. And then I just had started into discussion 7. So, as I mentioned, as always, you have my instructions followed by my video. Definitely got to watch the video for this one. Hopefully, you're doing that anyway. But I'm giving you a 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers for you to memorize. If you were taking this class with me in person, you would actually have to memorize it. Thankfully for you, you just get to kind of write about what you would do. But you'll watch the video, and then if you needed to retain that 28-digit sequence in order and you had no way of writing it down, how would you hold on to it for a matter of seconds? And how would you hold on to it for a matter of days? Now, I give you a hint here. You should be using different strategies. So I'm looking for a different strategy for how you would hold on to it for a couple of seconds versus a couple of days. Make sure you describe what you would do. If you were going to make a story, what's the story? If you chunk it, how did you chunk it? What is chunking, right? So make sure that you not only describe what you would do, but what it is. Go into detail. Give me different methods for days versus seconds. And I look forward to what you describe and come up with. Then you're going to answer 2 specific strategies talking about either in the lecture or the book that you could use to help you remember information when studying for exams. So, what are 2 different methods or strategies that you could use to help you study and hold on to info for tests? And then, do you have any personal tips for memory that you would like to share? What are some strategies that you use in your personal life to help you remember important information? When you're ready, you'll hit reply. Don't forget to also reply to a classmate. And again, don't forget to elaborate, like really give me the details. If you found that you missed a couple of points in the first 2 weeks for discussions, give me a little bit more, right? I'm kind of seeing things being a little on the lighter side. So make sure you give me a little bit more to get all of those points. Discussion number 8 is related to cognition. So again, as usual, you have my instructions, followed by my video, followed by the prompt. So this one is all about intelligence. So in your own words, how do you define intelligence? You can give me a definition, maybe give me some attributes or behaviors that you think about when you think about someone who is intelligent. What does that look like? And kind of describe. What are some things that you can do to increase your intelligence? Something I talked about in the book. And then finally, and worth the most points, the book and lecture discuss 3 characteristics that a test should have in order to be a good intelligence test. What are those 3 characteristics and properties? Make sure you describe them, define them. You could give me examples of them, but really explain each one of those 3 in order to demonstrate that comprehension and get full credit. Don't forget to also reply to a classmate when you're ready to do so. And those are the 2 discussions that you have this week. And then you do have exam number 2, which is on everything from last week and this week, weeks 3 and 4. There's a study guide right here, as always, so you know exactly what to prepare. Remember, if it's on the study guide, it will be on the test. If it's not on here, you can let it go. So this one's on chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8. So any of the terms on here, make sure that you know them. If they're not on here, don't worry about it. But these will be all of the things that are on the exam. Just like the last test, the exam is on the ebook site. So when you're ready, you'll go over there to take it. And make sure that you're ready and organized before you begin. So I gave some tips last time, but just to kind of highlight again, make sure that you have 75 minutes to spare, that you have a good quiet place to take the exam, you have good internet, you have like all of those things kind of in place. Set yourself up for success. As we get into like rainier weather potentially, like into the weekend and next week, and windier weather with the fall, again, always make sure that you're not waiting until the last minute just to set yourself up for being successful. I would complete the study guide if it were me. I would go through and write or type out every term on here and have it in front of me during the exam. That way, if I'm like, oh, I don't remember what let's say reliability is, right? Like I have it right here and I can reference it during the test. The last thing you want to be doing is kind of having to look everything up and using up that valuable time. It just increases anxiety and so on. So set yourself up for success. Remember that you get one attempt, 75 minutes. Also, remember that I'm really strict about the deadline with these. Okay, so make sure that you take it by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. If you reach out to me on Monday, I'm going to feel bad for you, but it's too late. The only exception is if you reach out before the deadline and ask for some extra time. In that case, of course, I'm happy to try and accommodate when I can. So, good luck on the exam. Same style and format as the first one. A lot of you did really, really well. So, hopefully, that is the case again this time. Of course, the recording of this will be up later, and I'll give you the extra credit in a moment. A couple of quick reminders. So, the first one, I typed this out earlier. We're in week 4, so don't forget to double check your subscription status. Like this one, Archie, like you no longer have the little cake next to your name. So, Alec, you don't have the cake next to your name anymore either. So, if you have lost the little football cake next to your name, that means your subscription probably expired. The free one's only good for 30 days, so you have to renew it. It just takes like a second to renew, but you just have to click it again and then hit subscribe again every 30 days. So double check that every week if you can. The other one, if you're looking ahead, I'll put this here in the chat. Our next Twitch live stream will be on Wednesday, November 12th at 11:45 a.m. And that'll be our week number 5 live stream. I'll go over the results from this week and some of the discussion stuff and the exam stuff just to make sure that you all have a little bit of that feedback. Let me also give you the extra credit question for this week and show you where to answer that. Okay, so here, so this is the week number 4 Twitch extra credit question. What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? And when you're ready to answer that, since we're in week 4, you'll click on optional Twitch extra credit number 4 right here. And then it brings up the spot where you can hit start assignment up at the top. And you can type your response right here. Oh, I almost got through it without making a mistake. Almost. And then hit submit. And you get your confetti burst and pinwheels. Very, very nice. So I love that so many of you have been taking advantage of this. It's definitely 2 points each week will add up. Remember, if you're watching this later as a recording, still can answer these questions if you're subscribed on Twitch. So thank you for joining me for those of you who were here or watching it later. What I'll do is I'll hang out for a little bit. If you have any questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer them. Again, remember, this is a great time to ask if you do have them. If you think of something later, you can, of course, email me. But other than that, that's kind of all I have for you. It's a short and sweet 15 minutes, but a good chance to check in. I appreciate those of you who keep joining me or watching this every week. I'm happy to keep doing it as long as some of you are utilizing it. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. I can't believe it's November. It's so wild to me that it's November. And I saw we have some rain in the forecast, so all good things coming up. But have a wonderful week. I'm going to hang out for a little bit, but I'm going to minimize my video just so I'm not staring at myself. But I'll put this in the chat. Thank you all. And I hope that you have a wonderful week and that you're hanging in there. I know this is kind of a tough time of the semester. Everyone kind of gets a little bit of a dip here before that final push. So hang in there. Thank you too. Have a wonderful afternoon. And I am still here if any of you have any questions. More than happy to show you something again or answer whatever I can. Just let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a wonderful week, and I will hope to see you all in our next live stream next week. Yes, this week, sorry, I just saw your thing pop up. Yes, this week is, if you look at week 4, we're on chapter 7 and 8. And then last week was 6, 5, and 6. So last week, 5 and 6, this week, 7 and 8. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, it's the only extra credit that there is are these live stream things. So altogether, there are 8 of them, which is enough to make up for a discussion. So 8 of them together would be 16 points if you did all 8. That is unfortunately the only like extra credit that I do offer. So just make sure you try and do the best you can on everything else and do as many of these as you can. You can still do 5 and 6. Yeah, everything from weeks 3 and 4 is open right now. So remember that everything is scheduled 2 weeks at a time. So week 3 and 4, everything from those 2 weeks ends this Sunday night. So you can still do the extra credit from last week and this week. So that's 4 points right there. So yeah, so just do the best that you can with what's left and try and get all of them. Yeah, you're welcome, of course. Of course, you're welcome. All right, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and log off so I can start the upload and download. But if you think of any questions later, feel free to send me an email. All right. So have a wonderful week, and I'll hope to see you all next week for our next live stream.